Here again with another Shameless Season 7 episode review video. Before I get into that though, pretty important. If you aren't caught up to the point where I am at rewatching or watching Shameless, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, you found out that you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And for those of you that are wondering, I've seen Shameless at least one time all the way through. Some episodes I've seen multiple times, but this is definitely at least my second time watching this episode. With that in mind, this will be Shameless Season 7, Episode 4. The title of this episode is called I Am a Storm. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. So Fiona is smoking outside of Patsy's Pies, and Sierra needs a drag. Patsy's is now open 24/7. Fiona finds out another place is giving alcohol in mugs. Fiona decides to have a party at Patsy's. Svetlana's dad, Ivan, was giving food to the kids on a knife. Fiona says, pony up. Debbie doesn't have much to pony up. One of the Lisas isn't happy with Frank's homeless shelter. Ian's back to work. Lip's been promoted to senior intern. Fiona has to come into work. The register isn't opening. When she turns around, Franny is in her room. So Fiona was sleeping. She saw the message, or got the call, I should say. And then she turns around and Franny's just in her room in her thing. And Debbie left a note, I've got a job interview. I'll be back at this time. So not a good move by Debbie. Carl's going to go shooting with Luther Winslow. That's Dominique's dad, for those of you that forgot. Fiona stops by to drop Franny off at Debbie's interview. She doesn't want to watch an infant. Fiona wants nothing to do. Debbie said she would take care of her baby. She doesn't mind, when she's available and not busy, but this is not good. Ian meets Trevor. They hit it off. Debbie calls to complain to Lip about Fiona dropping Franny off. Frank gives a pep talk to the new Gallaghers. Patsy's is busier than usual as the new grilled cheese is a hit. Debbie asks Kev for a job at the Alibi, and then Svetlana tells Debbie to find husband. Find someone weak, stupid, and desperate. V tells Kev she doesn't want Yvonne to keep feeding the babies. Luther is quite impressed with Carl's shooting. He's definitely throwing him off with how good he is with a gun. Ian meets Trevor out of the club. Lip goes into the server room at the internship, sees all the money that's coming in. Debbie takes a lot of pictures, like selfies, like with major cleavage and like a bunch of different angles with like her tits under a pillow and all that. Luther suggests to Carl to go to military school. That's what shaped him up when he was younger. Trevor tells Ian that he's a trans man, so that means he used to be a female and now is a male. Ian's pretty confused, and I'm kind of confused when it comes to all that stuff too. I think I got it down, but just when I think I know everything, I get thrown a curveball. By this comment, he actually pisses Trevor off, and Trevor tries to leave, but then Ian apologizes and says, hey, I don't really know. I don't know anything I'm talking about. Fiona arrives home late. It's hot. Talks to Lip. Lip says Carl and Debbie were blowing up his phone. Lip says he has the potential to make a fuck ton of money and help this family in a real way. And Fiona freaks out and says she's taking care of every single Gallagher for the last 10 years. She's done. She grabs a bunch of clothes in this like bag thing that she makes out of a blanket and leaves and goes to Patsy's Pies. Carl tells Fiona he wants to go to military school. This is at Patsy's the next day, as Fiona slept in the office at Patsy's. I don't know how much sleep she got, but she slept in there. And then, I guess that happened before that, because now I wrote Fiona goes to take a nap in her office. I thought I put that in there, but anyway, Ian says Trevor drives like a fucking maniac. Lip introduces Trevor to Frank. V gets into it with Svetlana due to Yvonne having the kids. Lip finds out they know he went into the server room. The feds arrive, and Lip gets out of there with a bunch of tablets that he was supposed to sign an NDA for. I don't think he signed that NDA to take them, which the person said that he could have them as long as he signed the NDA. Fiona and Dee Dee put out Patsy Pie stickers all over town. Trevor introduces Ian to his group from the LGBTQ. I don't think it was plus at the time. Now it's plus friends. Frank goes to the community meeting. V and Kev call the police due to Yvonne and the kids being gone. They actually think he's going to sell the kids, but that's not what happens. Turns out Yvonne just took the babies out to get a portrait of him and the babies together. Fiona comes to the alibi to borrow some alcohol to, do that for her party at Patsy's, and V gives her a hard time. They get into it, so Fiona leaves. Lip goes to see Professor Ewings. He was mad that he hooked him up with a shady internship. He tells Lip to be the guy that has nothing to run from. Patsy's is poppin'. So Fiona made a hole, by a screwdriver in the wall and said Al Capone shot here. I believe that's what they put. And Frank chains himself up to the railing outside the house that they're living at as the news channel films him. Lip gives Fiona some tablets to use as an operating system as an apology. Fiona will take it. Debbie had a bad night. She wonders why she's the only one that hasn't been offered a job, the only Gallagher, by Fiona. And Fiona's like, "You'd listen to me?" And Debbie says, "No." Fiona has another cigarette outside of Patsy's Pies, which is her crazy busy day. And then we have a mid-credits scene of Frank's newscast airing on the TV at the Alibi Room. And the people are kind of annoyed that Frank is the star of the show. So that's what ends the episode. I like this. This still was a really good episode. Still all good things so far with Shameless. I know the quality dips. I know for sure in Season 10 and Season 11, but maybe it's Season 8 and Season 9 as well. I'll score this episode an 8.5 out of 10. My characters of the episode, which one could argue, I'm going to give it to Fiona and Lip. One could argue V. One could argue Svetlana. And then Ian for the males as well. So it's take your pick. So you've heard everything that I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Shameless and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please consider Hulk smashing the like button, share the video with a friend, put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of Shameless. What would you rate the episode, and whom would be your male and female character, or just one character in general of the episode? Click right here for my Shameless series finale rant video, assuming you've seen every single episode of Shameless. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.